Welcome to We Built This Brand. I'm your host, Chris Hill, and Adrusha is currently on one of the panels talking right now, so she's not joining us for this interview, but I'm really excited today to have Gwynn Simpson with me. Gwen, thank you for your time, and happy to talk to you today about your company, Phoenix Rising Consultants.
Okay, thank you, Chris. I'm here at the Equity Angels Conference for Entrepreneurs, and I was here to introduce Stacy Spikes, who just finished authoring Black Founder, and it's a bestseller, and I'm happy to be here in California.
Yeah, well, it's great to be here, and I'm glad to have you. And yeah, I thought your introduction to Stacy was really great. I mean, yeah, I think he said it best himself. He's like, I'd like to meet that guy. So you clearly had some very kind, very insightful words to say and to introduce him. So
Yes,
that was really
Stacy's
good.
a visionary, and I'm a metaphysical practitioner, so I
Okay.
believe in intuition and premonition and dreams. And my goal is to help others believe in that intuition and to exercise that to be successful.
Oh, interesting. Interesting. So what led you to that career choice, to that?
Actually, my mother and my grandmother and my great grandmother, because my mother remembered her previous lifetimes and shared that with me. And my relatives are originally from New Orleans, and we do believe in reincarnation, and we do believe that we are here in a lifetime to serve and to ensure that others carry on a philosophy of higher consciousness where everyone is treated equitably. We do believe in the Creator, and we believe we're all here, and we need to be purpose driven
Yeah.
to raise the consciousness of society.
Hmm.
So I like to counsel young people and inform them about potential and to give them a foundation of positive psychology so that they feel whole and they feel no matter what the circumstances are, they can realize their dreams and their goals.
That's really cool. And so many questions come from that, but like it seems interesting that like, so are you consulting with individuals as well as with businesses, or how does that because how does that get all combined? Because I noticed you had human capital development is also part of your business name.
Yes, and I do consult with businesses
Okay.
and I do try to give them strategy so that they understand how to deal with employees and
Yeah.
that they understand what employee relationships are in the workplace.
Yeah.
I also have a private sector consulting where I consult one on one. But that's been my goal in human capital development to help companies achieve success through good employee relations because employees are the greatest asset and our
Right.
people are our greatest asset and our youth are going to replace us. And we want to make sure that they have foundations of positive psychology so that they can move and achieve whatever dreams they desire.
That's interesting. How do you see that helping like startups and small businesses?
Startups have to use intuition. They have to look at their strategy. They have to believe in the subconscious. They have to ensure that they have a positive foundation so that when they are knocked down, they know how to get up.
Mm-hmm.
And entrepreneurs are great examples of that. Everyone's had struggles during a business, but do you let that struggle keep you down? Or do you wake up and say, no, I'm going to make it. I'm not going to let this struggle break me or break my company. I'm going to keep on moving. And to understand that there are people and circumstances that happen naturally so they can continue down that path.
Yeah. That's really interesting. And like, how about like our current generation? Like, what are you finding to be some of the challenges maybe now that didn't exist years ago, or is it just all the same?
History repeats itself, but we have new technology. And I think what we're challenged with now is knowing what is real and wasn't what isn't real.
Hmm.
Because AI is a good technological tool,
Right.
but AI does not have a soul. Only humans have souls.
Right.
And so we as humans have to remember that we are humans having a spiritual experience. So you can create robots, you can create technology, you can create applications, but human relationships are the most important on the planet.
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree with that. And I mean, just it's amazing to me how personable AI can be at times and almost how deceitful it can be in making you think, oh, it has a soul, or oh, it knows me better than any person I've ever known in my life, right? And how it can drag you down a path you may not want to go down if you're too reliant on it, as opposed to, trusting on actual human advice and wisdom.
And that's some of the challenge that our youth are experiencing now because they're so tied to their cell phones, they're so tied to social media that they do not engage in human contact as much as generations prior to.
Mm,
So we don't want to lose that.
yeah,
And we don't want our youth to think that they're not loved and that no one shares the feelings that they share.
right.
But because of social media and because of the cell phone and because of AI, that human contact has declined,
Mm,
especially over the last 2 decades.
yeah.
So we want to ensure that they understand your people first. You do have a subconscious, you do have a heart chakra. And while AI may give you tools to handle business, AI does not have a soul. Only the creator can put a soul in a human being.
What is one tip you would give to someone who wants to, um, maybe incorporate more of this consciousness in their business and how they operate with their employees?
Learn who you are. One of the ways I teach individuals to learn who they are is through astrology. I've studied Carl Jung, who did over 4,800 charts. And when you learn your sun, your moon, your ascendant sign, and what behaviors are attached, you
Hmm.
can look at the pros and cons of those behaviors and try to follow the pros, the positive behaviors, so that you're a good human being being of service to others.
Yeah, that's interesting. I find that most people will say learn the Myers Briggs or oh what's the Enneagram, the one with all the numbers on it, right? But I've always joked that like Enneagram, especially where I come from, Enneagram seems to be just the conservative Christian version of the horoscope. And it's interesting how all those things can help you learn about yourself in a deeper way.
In religion, if you look at religion, there are great, great prophets throughout all religions, and they all had dreams, they all had intuition, and they all followed that. And so, good human behavior follows every religion on the planet, whether it's the Kabbalah, whether it's Judaism, whether it's Christianity, Catholicism, Islam, Hinduism. All of the great religions teach us good human behavior.
No. Well, that's really awesome. Well, in terms of this podcast, this is We Built This Brand. I always like to ask at the end of an interview, what brand do you admire the most right now? And so, like, in the theme of this, like, what brand would you say is being the most conscious right now or using human consciousness? Or maybe that's the wrong way to say it, but what brand would you say you admire the most right now?
I admire humanitarian service. And so I would like my company to be known as a service to raise the level of consciousness in humanity.
Hmm. So who would that company be, though? If you were to pick one right now that is doing that.
I think brands, through their charity and their philanthropy, are catering to that human service in humanity because they're all giving to people who are less than, people who need help. So I think all Fortune 500 companies, smaller companies, mid-sized companies are charitable companies. So I think it's that charitable arm that's really servicing humanity.
Gotcha. Well, very cool. Well, Gwen, thank you so much for coming on the podcast for this brief conversation. Where can people find out about you and reach out to you if they want to learn more?
They can email me at g191982@gmail.com.
All right. We'll make
I'm
sure that's
also on Instagram, bunny.simpson.
excellent. Well, we'll make sure that that's in the show notes. And yeah, thank you so much for coming on. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
All righty. Bye bye.